Alright, so we're taking the Royal Enfield Himalayan, not to the Himalayas, but the mountains of my local city. So that's great. I'm gonna show you what's the result of that. Hello everyone out there enthusiastic of motorcycles. This is Ricardo Bracho here with a beautiful day, social distancing, and this very nice Royal Enfield Himalayan motorcycle. You know, Royal Enfield has kept many eyes open and many people willing to stretch their wallets, and that's for a reason. We are going to find out why in this following review, where I'm going to show you what is the Royal Enfield Himalayans made of. It comes equipped with a 411cc 4-stroke single-cylinder fuel-injected engine, which makes it great for fuel consumption. This will give you up to 28 to 30 kilometers per liter, which is very good, especially if you're outside in the off-road areas or remote areas where you will not find gas stations, so you don't have to carry that much fuel with you. Although you have these sort of like supports in here in which you can put some extra cans for carrying fuel. So as I said before, fuel consumption in this machine is very good. So with one fill of the tank, you will have something like 15 liters, which equals to around 400 kilometers. All right, so those are good numbers for long trips and for, you know, road trips. What this motorcycle has in fuel consumption does not have in horsepower, because it only has 24.5. So do not expect to go racing with this motorcycle, although this is not the purpose of it itself. I think this motorcycle is for more chill people that just want to enjoy the ride, just go out there, and yeah, just do not expect to go cornering, because it's probably because of the width of the tires, it's not built for that. But it would be great for back roads, for short trails such as like this one, and off-road situations. So you would have probably heard this machine is a tractor, and yes, it is, because that's due to its 32 Newton meters, which gives this bike excellent torque, especially you know, to give you that extra power you need to get out of tricky situations in off-road places. So you can carry an extra passenger with you, you can have extra luggage, and probably your maximum speed's not going to be more than 120 or more than 130 kilometers per hour, but you're gonna be able to climb up hills or go through difficult terrains with your luggage and with your passenger, if you're with a passenger, and that will be done by the motorcycle without many problems due to its good torque. This is what it's great about this motorcycle, and what I like the most. All right, so I got out of the frame to show you these Pirelli tires that the motorcycle comes equipped with, and we have a front tire size of 90 by 90, 21 inches, and that's in the front, right? And in the rear we have a size of 120, 90 by 17 inches. So mind that these tires are pretty skinny, so they are not meant to be used for, you know, cornering or great speeds due to the width of the two wheels. But overall the tire measurements are just fine. I mean, especially for the off-road situations and rails. Brake system is pretty decent. They work just fine, either on the street or on the ground. ABS is also incorporated in this BS4 model, and it works great. Personally, I like disconnecting it when I go off-roading, although that might seem to be, you know, a bit tricky because you have to do it manually, either by disconnecting the ABS fuse or putting the motorcycle on the central stand and shifting to the third gear to connect the system. So that whole process is just like a pain in the ass, right? Overall, this motorcycle is really comfortable. It comes with an 800 millimeters height, so if you're not that big or you're not that small, I think this motorcycle is gonna suit you good. The riding position is very comfortable, and we have a good ground clearance from the exhaust to the ground, and the ground clearance is something it should be worked on, because you have the central stand and sometimes that hits some stuff that's on the terrain, so it's kind of like difficult to get out of difficult situations when you need more ground clearance. But that also shorter ground clearance helps for shorter riders to be capable of mounting the motorcycle and just riding. Suspension is also very good. You have a monoshock with likeable 180 millimeters travel rear, and you have 200 millimeters travel telescopic front with no adjustment on the front. So suspension works out very well. I think it's just nice. It does the work. It's good. So this motorcycle has a windshield that is, you can regulate this into two positions. You just have to unscrew these things and change position. As I mentioned before, the exhaust has good ground clearance, as well as the motorcycle itself, although I would have expected a bit more of ground clearance, since it's sometimes the stand can hit some things in the terrain itself, so that's kind of like not the best thing. But it's always good to have a central stand, so if you're in any difficult situations where you have to change your tire, it will help you a lot. And also this motorcycle comes with a tubeless wheels, so that's better, because it means that if you have a punk tire, you can always fix it by yourself if you are having the right equipment. So the benefits and advantages of this motorcycle for me is the great conception it has. The kilometers per liter is just great. I like the suspension is very good. I like that the brakes are done by Brembo, so they're good quality brakes. I like the tires because they're decent tires. I think they're like 60 or 50-50, 50 on-road, 50 off-road, and that's great too. I like the panel itself. It's very simple. The mechanics overall of this bike is very easy. I mean, you can have problems in anywhere in the world, and any mechanic with enough experience can help you repairing this bike. So on the advantages, I like that. But best advantage that I find with this motorcycle is the price. I will include the current price in the description, because that might have changed by now a bit, but the price compared to its competitors is just great. Now, what are the things I do not like from this motorcycle? Well, I just seen that there's little things that I really find annoying from this motorcycle, and it has to do with the termination of the little details. Like, for example, you see in here that the sort of finished of the motorcycle is not that great in some areas. You could have, this is the BS4, and it could have had from the beginning switchable ABS. I mean, if you're offering a motorcycle that has ABS and it wants to go everywhere in the terrains or off-road places, you have to have switchable ABS. I mean, it even has the tires for off-roading. Why wouldn't you put a switchable ABS? So that's something I don't like. But in the BS6 model, they are including the switchable ABS. So I like the panel. It has all of the necessary features that you may need to go on a trip. Nothing fancy, nothing that very much of like digital screen or anything like that. It's just the basics in here, and it's great. So yeah, for the price, this motorcycle is just great. It's very comfortable. You get all of the necessary things you might expect from a sort of like off-roading-ish motorcycle. The good thing is that the fuel efficiency, it's as you know, like 200cc motorcycle, but the torque and the amount of sort of power you would get from it, especially at low speeds with a lot of luggage, it's the power you will find in a 600cc. Correct me if I'm wrong, but I think that. So it has like the torque of a 600, the fuel consumption of 200, but it's a 400 and has the price of like 200 best well-known brand. So it's hard to find another motorcycle that is not a Chinese motorcycle that can beat that price and can beat those characteristics. So yeah. Alright, thank you guys for staying tuned into this whole video. Thanks for watching. If you like it, subscribe it, hit that thumbs up button, and I will be sharing more videos with you in English. Although I have a lot of content in Spanish that you can watch. I have traveled around Argentina with another motorcycle, and you can, you know, get a hint of what the trip might be. So yeah, if you wanna see these videos, just check them out, and I'll be really happy to respond to all of your questions and your comments. Alright, I'll see you in the next video. This is my time. This is Ricardo Bracho signing out. Bye bye.